Welcome to part 2 of this Emerson Channel Sports doubleheader on Mental Health Matters Day. From the Brown and Plofker Gym, I'm Rico Brill, joined by the amazing Godfrey Sympre, and we're gearing up for an exciting matchup between the WPI Engineers and the Emerson Lions. Emerson comes into this game scorching hot. They've won their last 4 contests. Their last game saw them take down Coast Guard Academy, led by Trevor Rico, 16 points. WPI is also very hot as they won 6 in a row. Their last game was also against Coast Guard Academy, and they won by double digits, led by John Adams, who posted a double-double. Now, as we get ready to tune into this game, what are you looking for early in this game, Godfrey?
I mean, the biggest thing is defense. If Emerson can get stops on defense, they're going to win this game. I don't really think there's anything else to say about that. This is going to be a top-tier matchup. We're going to watch some great basketball tonight, and I'm super excited. The last time that these two teams played, WPI honestly blew them out, and it was a hard game for Emerson to watch. But now, seeing the Lions there at home, it's going to be a good game for us to see tonight. Yeah,
WPI definitely the strongest, if not one of the stronger teams in the NEWMAC. Going to be a tough challenge for Emerson Lions to handle today. And when you mention defense, someone I look to on Emerson's side is Asher Gardner. He's been a great defensive presence this season, and I'd look to him to have an impact during this game in that respect.
I mean, if you just look at him, he's super buff. Like, I would be scared to go up on him. Like,
yeah,
I'm not going to lie.
I agree with you there.
He's one of those guys that's going to get stops on defense, and he's probably one of the better defenders on the team. Someone else I look to have a great game and a big game is Jacob Armand.
Yeah, Armand been putting in really good minutes from the bench, averaging 22 minutes a game, 8.4 points, and yeah, getting in some good key moments for this Emerson team. Emerson is a team that gets out-rebounded by 3 rebounds per game, and WPI out-rebounds their opponents by 3 per game. So definitely not looking like it's going to be a rebound advantage for Emerson. They come into this game with a severe height disadvantage compared to WPI, who has several 6'8", 6'9"-ish players, John Adams being the head of that.
Yeah, John Adams, someone that can grab rebounds. The last time they played against Emerson, he had the game-high 11 rebounds. So it's going to be a big thing for Emerson to just get stops on defense and box out and get rebounds. I hear this, lose yourself in the gym. I feel super hyped, super pumped. I'm so excited to be here with you, Rico, for tonight's game.
I know, me too, Godfrey. I couldn't have said it better myself. And as we head closer and closer to playoff season, it's getting really intense. WPI sitting ahead of that leaderboard, but Emerson can easily get in, especially as they've been on this 4-game win streak. They've been great within their conference, playing at a record of 5-5 compared to their 9-10 record. WPI is sitting at 17-3, 10-1 in the conference. Yeah,
they're probably one of the best teams in Division 3 at the moment. They just need to get this W for Emerson.
And back to John Adams, the guy who's averaging a double-double, which you don't see much in D3 college basketball. It's really special stuff.
No, he gives me like Sabonis vibes. Like I always give my little thing about the players. He gives me Sabonis.
And here we will wait for the starting lineups to be announced.
A senior from San Ramon, California, number 4, Donovan Selvia. A junior from Rowley, Mass, number 5, Aiden Callahan. A freshman from Victor, New York, number 11, Jack Bleer. A sophomore from Havertown, Pennsylvania, number 15, J.R. Newman. And a senior from Douglas, Mass, number 22, John Adams. WPI is coached by Chris Bartley, and he is assisted by Riley Naclero, David Brown, Caleb Downing, and Austin Zhao. And now the starters for your Emerson Lions. A junior from Miami, Florida, number 0, Lucas Brenner. A sophomore from Arlington, Mass, number 2, Brendan McNamara. A senior from Ann Arbor, Michigan, number 5, Trevor Rico. A freshman from Malaga, Spain, number 10, Guillermo Gasset Ruiz. sophomore from Christchurch, New Zealand, number 21, Asher Gardner. Emerson is coached by Bill Curley, and he is assisted by Sean Coleman. The NEWMAC promotes good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, derogatory comments, or other intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the set of competition. Also, consumption or possession of alcoholic beverages and tobacco products is prohibited. Fans, it's game time if you're ready. Make some noise!
As it looks like it's going to be Gardner and Adams for the tip-off to start out this game.
Let's play.
And WPI will win the tip-off as it was won by Adams. Here comes WPI with Sevilla. Here's Bleer, the freshman, back to Adams. Here is Newman. Callahan drives in, out to Sevilla. Sevilla passes it to the wing. Here's Reedy, puts it up from the mid-range, off the side of the backboard, rebounded by Ruiz. And here comes Gasset Ruiz.
Right there, first game jitters, feels like.
Gasset Ruiz fakes the three. And he's got the mid-range floater, but can't sink it in. Misses the wide-open shot.
That was a good move right there. Just got to finish.
Yeah, unlike him right there, as Sevilla handles the ball. Sevilla inside to Adams. Adams has the side advantage. Outside, 4-3, and drains it. There is Aiden Callahan with the three.
That was a great shot, and it looks like WPI is already in the press as it begins the game.
Aiden Callahan, a 31% three-point shooter. We'll probably see more of that tonight. Here's Gasset Ruiz. It's tightly guarded by Newman, inside to Gardner. Outside, here is Brenner. Inside to Gardner, gets some contact, and will draw the foul on the shot. Will head to the line to shoot two.
Yeah, so the way that they played the screen there was that they ended up doubling Brenner. Brenner made the good pass out. If they're going to double the whole game on Brenner, who's actually been on fire from three recently, shooting over 40%, it's going to be an easy game for Asher.
Yeah, Brenner actually Emerson Athlete of the Week, coupled with Charlotte Levinson from the women's team. As Asher Gardner sinks his first of two free throws, shooting 50% from the line on the season.
Yeah, another thing on Lucas, like, he's just a sharpshooter. He can shoot from anywhere on the court.
And he goes 1 of 2, proving that 50% mark to be accurate. As here comes WPI, led by Sevilla. Guarded tightly. He drives to Rico. Asher Gardner on Jones. Here is Reedy to Jones, and that's going to be blocked. Adams, excuse me.
Yeah, Adams looks super tall on the court. I don't know any other way to describe it. He's going to have positioning on Gardner a lot of the night, but Gardner using his strength.
Yeah, very physical the whole game. Between those two players will be an interesting match. Expect to see Gardner play for a long time tonight. Here's Lucas Brenner. Puts it up 4-3. No good, but rebounded, tipped out by Gardner. Here comes Reedy. He is going to fall to the floor, but finds Sevilla. Excuse me, that was Callahan who fell. Here is Adams on the inside and draws the foul. We'll head to the line for another two.
Yeah, Adams is just he's way too tall. It looks easy. He has all the extension on his post hook, so it's like not much Asher can do right there, to be honest.
And yeah, John Adams will probably be a popular visitor at the free throw line tonight, as he misses his first shot. John Adams, a 56% free throw shooter, averaging 13.4 points a game.
Yeah, both these big men are gonna be at the line for a long time.
And he goes cold from the line. Here is Brenner. Brenner inside to Gardner. Over Adams, not able to finish. Good defense there by John Adams. Here comes Sevilla.
Gotta finish those. It's an easy look.
Sevilla on behind the arc. Here is Adams on the inside. Good hands there by Gasset Ruiz. And here he comes guarded closely by Adams. He'll take his time. Gasset Ruiz out to Brenner from deep. and a little bit off from way downtown for Lucas Brenner.
Just showing off his range already. He can shoot from anywhere. I expect a bunch of those to fall.
And that's going to be put up from Sevilla, but no good. And Newman will be called on the loose ball foul.
Both teams starting out ice cold right now. Looks like they need to start settling into a rhythm.
As Brett Morelli will check in early for John Adams. Interesting substitution for WPI.
Very interesting. I wonder if something happened to Adams right there early in the game.
Yeah, usually you wouldn't see him check out with only 3 minutes into the first half. As Emerson trails 1-3. Here is Brendan McNamara. Rico, back to McNamara. Double teamed, guarded by Sevilla. Here's Brenner. Inside to Gardner, and that's going to be a travel.
Another thing on Adams getting sent out early, you could see that WPI is trying to give Asher Gardner a bunch of bodies to go at, because since Asher is one of the true big men on the team, one of the few, he's gonna play a lot of minutes tonight.
Yeah, maybe giving John Adams that early rest, cycling in these guys while Emerson really has to keep Gardner on the floor, otherwise they have no other options.
Yes.
Here is WPI. There is Morelli into 4-3, and that's going to be no good from Jack Lear. Here comes Gasset Ruiz, the freshman. And he's got a Rico inside, out to the corner, McNamara. Back to Gasset Ruiz, outside to Brenner, guarded tightly by WPI. McNamara inside to Gardner, who puts in the easy left-handed finish.
Yep, that was very easy. There's a lot of motion. Emerson's offense is a lot of motion, and it looks really good right now.
Yeah, really good team play right there. Here is Newman, out to the wing. That is Callahan. Back to Newman. Inside goes Newman over his head and finishes with the nice finish at the rim.
That was a good move.
As Gasset Ruiz is double teamed following the Newman flashy finish. Rico has the ball. Inside to Gardner once again, and that's going to be hard contact at the rim on Asher Gardner.
That was a great. I thought the ref was not going to blow the whistle because it was very late. I expected a good. It's a great call from the ref. Asher shoots 50% from the line, so let's see if he hits these.
They are definitely going to live with sending him to the line tonight, as he is 1 for 3 so far in this game, 50% as you noted on the year.
Yeah, if there's anyone you want at the line to shoot these free throws, it's Asher.
As Nathan Bledsoe will check in for WBI following the next break. Here is Callahan, out to Sevilla. Zurek and Armand will check in for Emerson following the break. Here is Newman. Guarded by Gasset Ruiz. Back to Sevilla. Here, back to Sevilla. Gets the screen, is triple teamed, puts up a shot, and blocked by Asher Gardner.
That's
really nice block right there.
Great blocking, great help defense right there.
As Gasset Ruiz finds McNamara. And inside, back to Gasset Ruiz.
That's a beautiful cut right there. Oh my gosh.
Really good job finding the wide open defender. Here is Newman. Passing it to Bledsoe. From 18 feet, sinks the jumper.
Yeah, good little jumper off the screen.
Really nice shot there by Jack Lear. Here's McNamara. McNamara guarded by Sevilla. Here's Brenner. Brenner with tight defense on him. Inside, tries to squeeze it into McNamara, but can't get it.
Good idea. A lot of subs coming into the game right now.
As Zurich and Armand will check in, as John Adams and Tim Reedy, the freshman, will check back into the game.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to just face they're going to rotate their centers in a lot of the game.
Here is Armand for the inbound. And tries to find Brenner, but Bledsoe is there on the defense, but Emerson will retain possession.
Yeah, it looks like it's in a bad spot of the court where they're passing the ball in. Not where they want to be, in the deep corner.
Guillermo Gasset Ruiz to inbound. McNamara gets the ball. Brendan McNamara standing at 5'10", guarded tight by Callahan, and that's going to be a turnover by McNamara.
Oh, I thought that was a kick ball. Might have went off McNamara's foot.
In the wing, here is Reedy finds Callahan to Newman. Inside to Adams, back to Newman for 3. And not able to can it in is J.R. Newman.
Yeah, it's a very slow start for both teams that average over 70 points.
Brenner, guarded by Bledsoe. Nice handle. Finds McNamara. Out to Brenner from deep and drills it. Lucas Brenner has started this game hot from 3.
Yes, I told you, he's the best shooter on the team. He's going to make shots from anywhere.
Lucas Brenner shooting 30% from 3 on the season. A very nice shooter, as you said, Godfrey. And that's going to be good defense, good hands there by Brenner, but I think there's a foul called. As
foul. It was on the reach, it looks like.
WPI will inbound.
That's his first personal, second team foul. WPI ball.
Two coaches that are not quiet, to say the least.
To say the least at all, they're gonna make their voices heard, and they're gonna coach. They very much are hands-on approach with their players.
For sure, Godfrey, as Callahan will inbound. Aiden Callahan, the junior, finds Newman. Newman to Bledsoe, inside to Adams, guarded by Zurich, the freshman. Here is Reedy, and that's going to be an illegal screen set by Adams and a turnover for WPI. Going to be interesting to see if they put Zurich, the freshman, a bit leaner on Adams in this game, if that's the matchup, or if they elect to put Gissette Ruiz, the other freshman, on Adams.
Yes.
Either way, it'll be 2 freshmen against the senior.
Yes, the minutes without Asher are going to be very important.
As Brenner receives a pass from Armand. Brenner, and that's going to be a travel.
Nope, jump ball. It looks like it's a jump. Yes.
Jump ball, excuse me. Good call there, Godfrey, as Brenner had the ball.
Here's a replay on the Lucas Brenner 3, and as I said, he's a shooter. He's going to make shots from anywhere on the court.
As McNamara surveys the court, finds Armand, guarded very tightly and physically by the freshman Reedy. Here comes Zurich with the screen, doesn't elect to take it. Here's Armand, drives in, finds an open shot, and comes up short is Armand with good defense there by Reedy.
Yeah, needs to find the open man. I don't know if that was the best shot available, but it was getting late in the shot clock.
Here's J.R. Newman, guarded by Gissette Ruiz. Passes it to Adams with Zurich on him. Here is Newman. Adams, inside. 7 seconds on the shot clock, and that's going to be a foul called as
So it looks like
on Guillermo Gissette Ruiz was the foul.
Yeah, both teams are starting out pretty slow. Not a lot of points in this first half so far.
But I like how this is going from Emerson. This is a tough opponent, and to have an early lead, despite it only being 1, you're playing good defense. It's a good start for this team.
Yes, they're honestly playing to the keys that we set out for them.
As Callahan drives in, but can't finish over Gardner. Good defense there by the center. As Newman finds an open Reedy, fakes the shot, back to Newman, and Bledsoe gets the ball, guarded by Rico. Here is Adams inside over Gardner and finishes over the defender.
That's a great finish. Gardner had great defense, and he's going up strong. He's putting his hands up, not trying to get the foul called.
As Rico finds a wide open Armand in the corner, and not able to can in the 3 is Jacob Armand. And that's going to be a 3 from Reedy, but also not able to can in. Rebounded by Adams. Double teams. Asher on him now. Gardner defends Adams out to Reedy, wide open from 3. Not able to cash it in as Gardner gets the rebound.
Yeah, both teams are starting to get good looks.
Here is McNamara. And puts in the nice right-handed finish past Bledsoe, the tall defender.
Yep, that's a great skip through the lane, get to the lay.
Here comes Callahan. To Bledsoe. Mismatch there, but recovers is Armand. Back to Adams, guarded by Gardner. And they will reset as Callahan handles. Finds Bledsoe in the corner. 9 seconds remaining. And that will can in for Callahan. Aiden Callahan sinking the 18-footer.
Yeah, it's another good shot. I mean, both teams are taking pretty good shots right now as we get a WPI timeout. And it's looking good. It's looking good for both teams right now. Emerson just needs to get stops, I feel like. They're letting up a lot of open shots, easy shots.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree with that. Emerson doing it on the offense, though, passing the ball around really nicely, playing as a team. You see it in the stats on this team when you're looking at up and down this roster. The minutes are all very evenly dispersed on this team, aside from the top 3 guys, and they get everyone involved. No matter who you are on this team, you will play most likely, and you're going to have an impact.
Yeah, there's a lot of great players on the team. Like, I feel like everyone can contribute and is contributing. We just need to see a lot more of it as this game goes on, because this is not an easy game right here. You're playing probably one of the best teams in the whole Division 3.
Yeah, as the same 5 will stay out for both sides. Excuse me, Gerald Lawson will check into the game. Number 11, as Armont will handle the ball. He is guarded by Reedy. McNamara, double team, switched on. Asher was open for a second, but back to Gissette Ruiz. Gissette Ruiz on the perimeter. Backing down his defender. McNamara looking up. Here is Armont. Puts it up from deep and short on the long 2.
Yeah, it was not the best possession for Emerson right there.
Yeah, a little bit of a forced shot there by Armont, as there is Reedy, in the corner. As it is.
Is that staying with WPI? There hasn't been a decision made. Yes,
yeah,
it is.
no signal from the ref, but it seems as WPI will retain possession. Here is J.R. Newman on the inbound. Reedy. Back inside to John Adams. Adams guarded very well by Gardner. Sevilla back to Adams inside, using his body. Little bit of contact there. And really good contest by Asher Gardner.
Oh, and looks like Adams is hurt.
As Armont can't finish through the contact. But Asher Gardner making his defensive presence felt early in this game.
Yeah, you're not gonna out muscle Gardner. You're not going to at all. He's one of the strongest players on the team.
Absolutely, and Asher Gardner not shying away from the competition, putting his best defensive effort into that game, into this game. As John Adams will check out, you noted he may have been hurt.
Yes, it looked like they bumped knees, and he's coming up with a little limp. Yep, as you see on the replay, Asher just sticking with it. Yeah, it looked like they bumped knees on the replay.
Sevilla is guarded by Gissette Ruiz, gets him to jump, and that's going to be a foul on the shot, and he sinks it. I believe that was 2 points, but a poor contest there by Guillermo Gissette Ruiz to allow him to get a 3-point play.
Yeah, contested way too late. You gotta play defensively solid.
Yeah, that'll get called every time, as Gissette Ruiz will check out for Shea Robin, the freshman out of Long Island.
He also was able to sell the play real well too.
Watch out for Shea Robin. He had a pretty good impact against Babson a couple of games ago. He's a good player, put up 11 points. As McNamara handles the ball, guarded pretty tightly by Sevilla. Rico to Brenner. Brenner plants his foot, finds Asher Gardner. Back to Brenner. Guarded very tightly by Reedy. And put up by Asher Gardner for 2 points, and that's a timeout by WPI.
Yeah, Asher Gardner's just making the correct plays. Like, he's being able to get on the screen and then slip off, showing that he's really good and a sound defender, sound player on offense.
And when you have a player like John Adams, who's like a name in this NEWMAC conference, he's someone that I would not want to face. Asher Gardner not shying away from the competition, as I noted before, and just putting his hands up and making things happen on the defensive end.
Yeah, as many people would say, he's standing on business. I feel like that's basically what he's trying to show out. He can show out that he can play against the best players in the NEWMAC and the best players in Division 3.
Yeah, it gives you a sense of the sense of confidence that this Emerson side has is unmatched.
Yeah.
And you really see it, especially playing in front of all these home fans.
Exactly. Yeah. I was just speaking to Manny, the manager. He was telling me that Emerson feels very comfortable in this game, and that being home, they can make the shots here, and everything's going to go well for them.
Good information there, Godfrey. As Sevilla has the ball on the perimeter, goes inside, puts it up for the mid-range, and not good. Rebounded by WPI, and puts it in for 2 is Gerald Lawson.
Yeah, that was a good take.
Here is Rico with the ball. Guarded tightly, finds a lane, drives in, fakes the shot, finds Asher Gardner. Here's Brenner. Brenner able to get by the defense, puts it up, and sinks it from 18 feet.
It's a beautiful shot. He had the little skip dribble, able to get through the defense and take the little fadeaway. That's a great shot, great play right there.
Yeah, really nice by Lucas Brenner. Here's Callahan.
Emerson switching to his zone.
As Sevilla drains the three-pointer with ease.
Yeah, it looks like that was a bad decision to switch into zone right there. I don't know if that was, you have shooters for WPI. Don't go into zone.
Yeah, they've got to keep them on the man, as you pointed out, Godfrey. Here's McNamara.
Yeah, it looks like there was an offensive foul, moving screen.
Technical call right there by the refs. Going to be calling this one close.
It's a big game. I understand I don't know if I understand the call, but like, makes sense to call this game very well.
Here is Sevilla. Passing it to Reedy. Back to Sevilla, inside. There's Bleer, out to Reedy from deep, and drains it from distance for the freshman.
Yeah, they need to get out of this zone now because they're just allowing open threes.
Here's Armand, guarded by Lawson. Back to Brenner, back to Armand. Brenner's open from deep, and comes up short. But Rico finds Armand open. Fakes the shot, gets a hand on it. Out to the wing. Robin finds a Rico, drives in, and not able to finish. But Gardner with an emphatic rebound. Armand from deep, and not able to finish. Emerson retains possession. It's Asher Gardner again. Armand.
Oh my God, what a pass.
Threw right through the defender's hands. And that's going to be no good again. And WPI finally retains possession.
Praise on Asher. You got like 3 rebounds right there. He's just showing off his strength.
Seriously. And that's going to be a 3, no good from Lawson, but rebounded by WPI. Here's Reedy, guarded by Robin. Reedy goes under the rim, finds a wide open Gardner from deep, and no good.
Yeah, after fast pace like last minute, I think Emerson needs to slow down the pace.
Yeah, and we see Armand doing that right now. As he passes it into Gardner. Cuts inside, wide open Rico from deep and bangs it. Nice shot there from Trevor Rico, the senior.
That was a huge 3 right there to just settle everything down, settle down everything.
And cut this lead to 5 points as Emerson doesn't want to get down too bad in this first half. There are 6 minutes remaining in the half. There is Callahan, out to Sevilla, back to Callahan. Inside is Morelli, back to Callahan and that's going to be no good from Callahan. Gets his own rebound, puts it up, and not able to finish at the rim. Good defense there again from Emerson.
They lucked out, to be honest. They were very lazy to get the defensive rebound. They lucked out right there.
Yeah, they can't be letting, both of these sides, to be frank, can't be letting the offensive rebounds happen.
And the huge second chance points is huge in a game like this.
As Brendan McNamara checks back into the game for Armand. And he is guarded by Sevilla. Rico. Excuse me, Armand's still playing. McNamara. Double team. Out to Brenner from deep. Not able to cash it in.
That was a good shot.
Here is Donovan Sevilla for WPI. Out to Newman. Inside for Adams. Adams checking back into the game for WPI.
Good thing to see.
Yeah, he's still healthy, it seems. As Sevilla tried to get it to Adams, but stolen by Gardner. Here they come. And that looked like a clear path foul by Donovan Sevilla, as Gardner was coming in hard with numbers.
I agree. I think that was a clear path, too, because, you know, it was a 3-on-1 fast break. You got to make a play right there, and it was a good play by the WPI defender to get the stop.
WPI will inbound.
Emerson inbound.
As Justin Mullen will check in for Donovan Sevilla, who will rest for the first time tonight. WPI putting some size into the game with Mullen. Here's Gardner, guarded by Adams. Rico finds Brenner. Armand was open, but defended well by Mullen.
Yeah, Mullen with a great defensive play right there, being able to just get a handout.
McNamara with the ball. Guarded by Callahan. Here's McNamara, finds Armand in the corner for a 3 and drains it. Jacob Armand with the nice finish.
Yep, he's showing out. He's played a lot in this first half, so he's being able to finally get a shot down. I think those are his first points.
And Coach Curley likes the matchup clearly. And Gardner, the play was dead and attempted the dunk.
Looked like he had a little bit of dead legs right there.
Yeah. Playing a lot in this game. Asher Gardner still playing exceptionally well in this.
Although I think that was a clear path. That should be a clear path. Interesting. Honestly, it was an open fast break. He would have been able to get an easy layup, but I think that was a clear path foul.
But if it's not getting called in this game, WPI should continue doing that every time Emerson gets a fast break.
I would think so. You would think so.
Armand will inbound to McNamara, who is guarded by Callahan. Back to Armand. Armand seeing a lot of volume. Rico. Out to Armand. Nice package there from Armand. Finds McNamara in the corner. He's guarded very tightly. Finds Armand again. Puts it up from deep. And nails it.
That's
Jacob Armand makes his second three-pointer in a row.
Said hand down, man down. I'm going to take this 3 right here. It makes it. And
Jacob Armand stepping up big in this game off the bench. And forces a WPI timeout as Emerson takes a 23-22 lead with that shot there by Armand.
Yup, 2 big threes from Armand back to back. He's starting to catch a little bit of fire. Another thing to say is McNamara has 5 assists already in the game, showing off his amazing passing ability.
And I'd just like to give a shout out to Chip on the 30-second clock, doing an exceptional job in this game. And Emerson it is WPI possession right now, despite the Emerson lead. They're both shooting pretty equally. Emerson shooting 40% early in this game to WPI's 37% from the floor. Emerson shooting 40 from 3, WPI 33% from 3. Pretty even shooting contest in this game.
Yes, pretty even. I'm just going to say I think the biggest thing is that amazing play from Emerson from 3. They're shooting 40% right now. They usually shoot 30. And I think another thing is Asher Gardner's playing amazing right now. He's playing amazing on offense and defense.
Yeah, and we talked early in the game, WPI typically out-rebounding their opponents, Emerson the other way around, and it's been the story today as WPI is out-rebounding Emerson by 6 early in this game. Hasn't really mattered, though, because they're not able to finish those second opportunities.
Yeah.
And back to Asher Gardner, as you said, playing an incredible game in this first half, as he has 5 points and 4 rebounds, and 1 block, 2 steals early in this game.
Yeah, and the thing that's not on the stat sheet is what he's doing to Adams. He's honestly putting Adams in defensive clamps right now,
making him really uncomfortable down in the paint. Passes it in to Reedy. Reedy handles. Newman. Finds Callahan. Mullen to the wing. Here's Reedy. Mullen again. Callahan inside to Adams, guarded by Gardner. 5 seconds on the shot clock. John Adams puts it up and able to finish with the left hand over Asher Gardner.
That was a good take. As we said many times, Adams has the size advantage. He's going to get those easy shots. It's easy for him.
Armand guarded by Reedy. Here's McNamara. Screen there by Gardner. Doesn't get picked up. From deep for Rico. Not able to cash in. Trevor Rico, very good 3-point shooter.
Emerson
Reedy.
getting good shots, a lot of them.
And a blocking foul there by Armand. That's his second of the game.
It looked like, I mean, honestly, he was moving, but it's good defense, I think, from Armand. But back to Emerson, as they're taking free throws right here. Back to Emerson on offense. They're taking good shots. They just got to fall. And they're going to fall at some point.
As Reedy heads to the line to shoot 1. It's a 1 of 1. 1 and 1, excuse me.
That's number 3, Tim Reedy at the line, has 1 more shot.
McNamara with the ball right now in the possession for Emerson. Up off the screen is now to Armand. Armand dribbling around. Back to Rico for the mid-range.
And he sinks it from the mid-range as Rico putting in the nice work.
That was a good mid-range, and it was contested. That's a great shot right there. Number 3. To Adams with possession.
And Adams not able to finish over as Adams puts it up from the free throw line and sinks it.
Interesting. Not a good free throw shooter, but able to make a free throw jumper.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it always ends up being easier in game when you don't have to think about it.
That's very true.
Here's Armand guarded by Reedy. Inside, he's got Brenner. Back to Armand. And that's going to be a foul on the floor. Armand got fouled.
Yeah, both teams are playing very tight defense. It's good to see the refs calling it very hard and calling it even right now.
Yeah.
Both teams, it looks like, are in the 1-1 bonus.
Jacob Armand, a 68% free throw shooter on the year, a sophomore out of Arlington, Texas, and he misses the 1-1. Here is Callahan. Screen by Adams. Finds Reedy. Inside to Adams. Gardner on the defense. Gets inside and finishes.
Yeah, that's an amazing layup right there.
Armand. And McNamara loses possession and turns the ball over, trying to find Asher Gardner on the inside. As Caden Zurich checks in for Asher Gardner.
Yeah, getting Asher a long and needed break. He's been one of the better players on the court today.
And Declan Brett checks in for Emerson. Interesting to see how Zurich fares against Adams on the inside.
Yes, it's finally their first time matching up. So.
And they look to that matchup. Here's Adams on Zurich. Good hands there by Zurich, but not able to stop the shot.
You know when Shaq says barbecue chicken alert, that's what it looked like. Barbecue chicken alert. That was way too easy for Adams.
Yeah, gonna have his way with the freshman if they keep him on in this game. Just not really an even matchup. Here's McNamara, gets a screen from Zurich. As we close down in 1 minute left in this half. Guarded by, here is driving in. Rico puts it up from the mid-range, and that's, Zurich falls to the floor, but no foul called. Here comes Callahan. And he slips this for a second, but Newman is able to pass it inside to Adams. Adams backing down Zurich, out to Newman, forward from deep. Off by quite a bit, rebounded.
You're seeing
by
how
Brett.
the play of Adams is really making the Emerson defense make certain decisions.
Yeah, Adams forcing that extra adjustment every single time. 19 seconds left in this half. WPI leading 32-25. Here is Brett. Finds McNamara. 10 seconds left. McNamara serving the court. Screen incoming. Here comes McNamara off the face of Reedy. And that's going to be WPI possession as their bench goes crazy for the freshman play.
Yep, that was a beautiful charge right there. He was able to set his feet outside the restricted zone. Was able to just get that charge, and that's a big play at the end of the half. You know, you prevent Emerson from getting another basket, keeping the game close.
For sure, Godfrey. And as we have 4 seconds left in this half, let's see if WPI can make something happen. Newman will inbound. Finds Adams behind the back. 2 seconds left from deep. Off the backboard, but not able to bank it in. John Adams to close out the half. WPI leading 32 to Emerson 25 in this first half. It's been a really good contest. Really good down in the paint between Gardner and Adams. What have you seen in this first half, Godfrey?
I mean, the biggest thing is Adams in those last few minutes of half, he genuinely just had his way. He was being able to just get easy points, get easy layups, and then pass it out, dish it out to his teammates for easy threes.
And when he switched on to Zurich, he was going in hard with no reservations. It's clearly WPI's game plan for when Gardner comes out of the game to force that matchup.
Yeah, barbecue chicken alert. As I said, it's going to be way too easy. Zurich, freshman, he's not really there yet. Needs to, it's just way too easy for someone like Adams right now. Senior, he's been there, he's done this,
Especially when you have those 4 years to build that size, fill out as a college athlete. Zurich, as a big man, is obviously not going to be able to body John Adams.
Yeah, and be able to just play that defense. So, I expect to see Asher, who's had an amazing half, play the whole rest of this game. I expect him to be off the court for probably like a minute or two,
And in this halftime break, we will show you an exclusive conversation between our great member of Emerson Channel Sports, Evan, and Dr. Charles, a former teacher here at Emerson, about mental health on this Mental Health Matters Day at Emerson.
Dr. Charles, former teacher of mine, he's the best. He's taught me so many things throughout school, and honestly, also with Evan, that's going to be a great conversation. Evan and Dr. Charles had an event last year on mental health with a bunch of Woo Sox players, so it was a great event. I attended it, and I had a lot of fun. Mental health is a very important thing, and I'm glad everyone talks about it now every day.
Completely agree, Godfrey. Can't emphasize it more. That's going to do it for us in this first half of action. We'll be back after the break.
Thank you, Drea. Appreciate it.
All right.
All right.
Welcome back, everyone. I am Evan Sharrard. I was just up in the replay booth. Now I'm down here to talk to Dr. Charles Steinberg, a professor here at Emerson College. Today is Mental Health Matters Day, this Emerson men's and women's doubleheader during the men's game. Here we are at halftime. Dr. Charles, I've had you as a professor twice now. You have had a large impact on the community here in Boston, and you know quite a bit about community. And mental health is something that just came to the forefront of your mind in the past couple of years. And what can you tell me about what mental health means to you?
I can tell you that there's an adage from 2,000 years ago that says, from my teachers I learned much, from my colleagues I learned more, from my students I learned most of all. And in my sports as soft power class, where I'm blessed to be the director of sports communication at Emerson, in sports as soft power, it was the students who brought up mental health as an issue on the rise, an issue with a steep slope. And what a thrill today to be here to see some of my students, to see Ava Salty on the women's team. Ava was one of the first to bring up mental health in our sports as soft power class. Then came another semester where you were part of a movement of students that was just asserting that mental health was skyrocketing as an issue. So I learned from the students, and your class took the initiative to leap past your own semester to join another sports as soft power class, and we did a landmark study in Worcester with the Worcester Red Sox, where I work, and 4 of our players, along with 4 Emerson athletes, led a really insightful seminar on mental health. So I think we're just at the beginning. I think that if you can forgive the baseball metaphor, we're in the top of the first inning. But I think that our players who are headed to the Boston Red Sox and on the Boston Red Sox, like Jaron Duran, are understanding that the first step in mental health is to talk about it. And I learned that the first step is to talk about it from my students at Emerson in my sports as soft power class. It's inspiring to see that you've now turned that into a tribute tonight for the basketball doubleheader, and to see my students on the women's team and see so many of my students on the men's team. It's really exciting.
Thank you, Dr. Charles. And Ava Salty was she was a catalyst for why we are here tonight with a Mental Health Matters Day. And to be here with you after all that has transpired, for those of you who are unaware, Dr. Charles has worked in baseball his entire life, has a prominent role with the Worcester Red Sox. What's it like?
I'll tell you what it's like. Today is a doubleheader for me. Today is January 31st, and that's Jackie Robinson's birthday. And we met with 1,000 students today on a Zoom chat in Worcester Public Schools, teaching them the power that one person can have. And here it is at the end of that same day, and we're talking about Ava Salty's courage to bring up mental health a couple years ago, yours and your initiative to act on it, Kayla Buck, so many in our class. And just as Jackie Robinson paved the way for so many others, I see that Ava Salty and you and so many of the students that we know, what a great class, are paving the way for others to enjoy the opportunity to talk about mental health with it being destigmatized, being appreciated as a health issue. I don't even think it's going to be called mental health. I think it will be,
health.
Well, I think it'll be neurophysiological, because it's an entirely physical, bio-neurophysiological issue, and I think that will help destigmatize it. But it's Emerson students who are leading the way, teaching me, and as your professor, I'm an active and avid student.
So, Dr. Charles, just before we go, you said that we're in the top of the first inning. When you look at the progress and the growth we're making in mental health and sports, what's next?
I believe that it's going to be mental health in science, and I believe that the human brain will be road mapped the way the old-fashioned AAA road maps are, and you will identify areas of injury and areas of trauma, and there will be microneurosurgery that will repair those potholes rather than require you to circumvent them or get used to hopping along on them. And I think that then there will be, in my other profession, dentistry, a return to proper form and function, as we say in dentistry. And I think that that's where the 21st century will take us, and I think that it will be a brilliant future. I don't know that I'll see that, but I hope and believe that my students will, because you are doing potentially historic work by bringing to light issues that are medical, that are physical, that are physiological, and they apply to sports, but they apply to life as well.
Thank you so much for joining me, Dr. Charles. Great insight as always. I'm
My
Evan
pleasure.
Sharrard. This is Dr. Charles Steinberg, professor at Emerson College, member of the Worcester Red Sox, and remember, all at home and all here today, mental health matters, and it's important to talk about it. If you haven't started, start today. Trust me, it'll help. Thanks so much for listening. We're going to toss it back to Rico, Brill, and Godfrey Sympre. Thank you so much. For Evan Sharrard, Dr. Charles Steinberg, so long, and back to the game.
Welcome back to the Plofker and Brown Gym for second half action of this matchup between Emerson Lions and the WPI Engineers. We had a very exciting first half, saw a lot of defense, saw a lot of interior play. What are you looking to see more of in this second half, Godfrey?
Well, both sides need a rebound. So far, WPI has been killing Emerson on the rebound department in each facet, offensive, defensive, total. So regardless, if they want to win, they need to grab rebounds. If Emerson wants to win, they need to grab rebounds. If WPI wants to win, they need to just play like themselves.
As WPI will start with possession. Here is John Adams, Asher Gardner with the tight defense on the inside, as that is a deep three-pointer, very short there by Lawson, but rebounded and put in for the finish for J.R. Newman.
You see, like we just said, bro, I don't think there's much more to explain it. This game is going to go down to one thing, and that's rebounds.
WPI is not making their first shots. They're making the second shots and the third shots that they're getting from these opportunities.
Exactly.
As Rico passes it to Brenner. Brenner finds McNamara. McNamara looking for options. Finds a Rico open for three. Not able to cash it in. And rebounded there by Lawson. Here's Sevilla. Sevilla finds Newman. Inside to Adams. And that's going to be passed out to Newman. Finds Lawson. Bleer. And no good.
WPI's offense starts with Adams.
And it looks like Adams is a bit scared of that matchup against Asher Gardner. Yeah. As Rico goes in for the hard finish and will head to the line for two shots, as that was a hard foul.
As the WPI coach is yelling at his team to play defense without fouling. It's important. Rico was able to drive and draw the foul for easy points, you know. Free throws are the easiest points in the game, you know.
Yeah, head coach Chris Bartley definitely using that voice. As Rico misses a free throw. Let me tell you how rare that is. This is the leader free throw shooter in, this is the leading free throw shooter in the entire NEWMAC. As he misses both, and I just jinxed him again.
That commentator's jinx, man.
A 93% free throw shooter goes 2 of 2 from the line. Very, very rare. And Sevilla has the ball, passing it to Adams, guarded by Gardner, and missed again, but Adams gets the rebound. Very physical, and they're going to call the foul on Asher Gardner, but really good battle down low.
Honestly, I think that was a bailout call. I'm just going to be honest. Like, Asher's playing very good defense, the best defense he can, as he's losing it. You know, he doesn't have the height advantage, so he's trying to defend without fouling. He's in a bad situation. But John Adams is really good in the paint.
And he misses his first of 2 shots. And that's a battle that we're going to be watching and talking about over and over again, as it's been all Adams versus Gardner. And he misses 2 of 2.
Adams has not made a free throw so far today. That might prove pivotal in the end of the game. Sorry for my English.
For sure. Here is Gasset Ruiz, who didn't come back in for most of the second half of the first half. Look to see him get more involved in this one. Gardner passes it, and a bad pass there, stolen by Newman. And looked like a travel, but no call. And rebounded by Gardner either way, as Newman couldn't put in the putback.
Yeah, I thought that was a travel as well, to be honest.
Here is Gasset Ruiz. Finds Brenner. Inside to Gardner. Gardner off of the leg of Adams. And here comes Callahan for WPI.
Yeah, that was not the smartest pass right there from Adams.
Inside to Adams. Backing down his defender. But good defense there by Asher Gardner. Staying with it. Falls to the floor. And that's going to be a pass. Wide open is Callahan from deep. And drains it. Aiden Callahan from 3.
Yeah, everyone's playing in retreat after Asher went to the ground. Asher's playing the best defense he can. And, you know, they're going to bring in Zurich after.
As Rico takes it from deep and not able to put it in is Rico.
Rico is not having his best shooting game as a Lion.
Yeah, not at all. And that is going to be no call there as Rico falls to the floor on the Sevilla charge.
That was a flop right there. I can't give him that one.
As Sevilla has the ball, passing it in to, and he puts it up. John Adams from 20-foot shot, drains it. And that's not something you see a lot from John Adams.
No, he's really showing. He's showing that he can do this with a timeout called after. WPI extends this lead to 14, and they're kind of trying to blow this game open. And out of out of sorts. You know, Emerson, multiple turnovers after the break. They need to lock in and start playing their brand of basketball.
And WPI looking a lot more like that first place team we know them to be. Coming out of this half with a commanding lead. 14 points. If Emerson doesn't watch out, it's going to be a lot more than 14 points.
It will be, and like we saw in the first game, they were able to comfortably beat Emerson. They're starting to get to that comfortable areas very soon if Emerson doesn't start playing the game.
And someone I really need to see get more involved is Guillermo Gasset Ruiz. He's a freshman, very, very exciting player for this team. Averages the second most minutes per game with 32 minutes as a freshman, which is ridiculous.
And he
comes from IMG Academy as well, which is a very well-known, prestigious basketball school. So I think if they can get him more involved in this half, shooting the 3 balls, shooting from everywhere, getting the ball in his hands, Emerson will be in good hands.
Yeah, and it looks like he hasn't played a lot this game, it feels like, from our standpoint. It feels like he hasn't made enough of an impact that we want to see, you know, out of one of the better players on the team.
Yeah, Gasset Ruiz with only 13 minutes on the night so far, compared to a lot of the other players have minutes in the 20s. So, yeah, not getting a ton of minutes.
Yeah, this is going to be an important stage of the game. Can Emerson start to get some shots in as WPI is going into a press?
And Gasset Ruiz, good friend Caden Zurich checks in the game as well. Rico. I actually sit next to both of them in my conflict and negotiation class.
That's a great class right there.
Here is Gasset Ruiz, finds McNamara. And McNamara guarded tightly by Callahan. Good screen there by Zurich. Rico from deep, not able to roll in his way.
Yeah, it looks like none of the WPI players are able to catch the rebound with 2 hands.
Going to be Emerson possession. As Reedy, the freshman, will check in the game.
These Zurich minutes are going to be very important.
Tim Reedy getting a lot of minutes in this game.
Yep, without Asher, it's going to be important. But I like that. They're showing.
Gasset Ruiz gets the bad pass intended for Zurich. Gasset Ruiz gets past his defender, gets his own board, and that's going to be out of bounds. Gasset Ruiz's rough night continues.
Yeah, it's just been, it just hasn't been his night. You know, not enough minutes. Hopefully he can turn it around. There's still a lot of time left in this game.
Absolutely. 15 minutes left in this half. Here's John Adams. That's the Adams-Zurich matchup we pointed out earlier. Let's see if they exploit it. Into Callahan. And blocked by Zurich. Really good hands there by the freshman. Here comes McNamara to Armont from the mid-range jumper. Not able to sink it, but Zurich with the rebound. And very physical play there. And a jump ball.
Yeah.
Really good physical play by Caden Zurich.
Yeah, on both ends, being able to show his force on offense and then on defense, a beautiful block.
Zurich with the ball, gets the double. Here comes McNamara, finds Armont. McNamara. And
looked like another off-the-ball foul right there.
yeah, little chippy between these two teams.
Yep. Starting to get chippy as soon as you know, Zurich kind of went for an extra swing after.
Yeah,
and
I
it
saw that.
looks like starting to get the intensity's picking up.
Got to have that composure. Here's Gasset Ruiz inside, nice find to Lucas Brenner.
That's how a shoot, you know, when a shooter wants to start getting his easy shots up, he's going to start taking layups. And then, you know, once you see it going once, it's a problem.
That's all you need. Here's Sevilla. Screen coming from his teammate. Sevilla passing it to Callahan. Callahan draws the defender. Here comes Sevilla driving inside. And a travel by Sevilla. Good defense there by Emerson the whole possession.
Great defense. That's another important possession. Stops and rebounds is how Emerson's going to get back into this game. This game is not over. There's a lot of time left. But stops and rebounds is how they're going to get into the game.
As Jack Bleyer checks in for Sevilla. Here is McNamara. Armont guarded by Reedy. Here is Armont, drives in, And off the side of the backboard, bit of an ugly shot right there.
But it looks like they called a shooting foul on the, or it might have been a foul on the landing.
Yeah, looks like it was a foul called on Brett Morelli. And Armand will actually, that was in the act of shooting, so he will head to the line for 2 shots. Makes the first one, shooting 68% from the line. 8.4 points per game on the season from the sophomore.
Yes, very good sophomore. He's very fluid in his game.
Definitely. Definitely a fun player, has a full ball handling package, good mid-range package, good all-around player. Here's Newman. Finds Morelli. Morelli. Here's Callahan. Drives in, finds the open man. Puts up the shot and sinks it over Zurich. There's Gerald Lawson.
Yeah, that was a tough basket, good spin move. Great play.
Here's McNamara. Let's see if they can get Set Ruiz involved. He's being shut down right now by Newman, J.R. Newman. Here's Gasset Ruiz, guarded by Newman tightly. Gets a hand in there. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Gasset Ruiz into McNamara and blocked! Blocked by Callahan. Really nice play there by the point guard.
WPI's defense is amazing right now.
Callahan out to Newman. Their ball movement is impeccable right now. Here's Reedy, the freshman, driving past Armand. Puts it up. Not able to finish. Zurich not able to get the rebound. Reedy gets the rebound out to wide open Newman. No good for J.R. Newman on the wide open shot. Here's McNamara.
Yeah, Guillermo is not having a great game. He's getting clamped up basically.
Yeah, Newman averaging 1.7 steals a game. Giving him a hard time today as Zurich tries to back down the defender with the hook shot and not able to put that one in.
Yeah, you know, Zurich, I don't know if that was the best decision, and it looks like as Asher's coming in, immediately it looks like it was not the best decision right there.
Yeah, maybe a bit of punishment from Coach Curley. Not happy with that shot. And that's going to be a foul away from the ball on Emerson. As both John Adams and Asher Gardner will check in the game, as well as Trevor Rico, as Zurich comes out. Bit of sweat on the floor. And Lucas Brenner will also check out, as well as Brett Morelli.
That was Emerson's chance to really, in the post-John Adams minutes when he wasn't on the floor, to really get in this game.
Yeah, it's tough when you go down while their best player's out. Wide open 3 from deep. Able to drain it.
Silky smooth jumper right there.
Yeah, Gerald Lawson shooting the hell out of it from deep tonight. Here's Armand. Armand guarded tightly by Reedy. Asher Gardner versus John Adams, the matchup we've been waiting for. Drives in, left-handed finish, not able to get it over the defender.
Yeah, it looks like Asher was looking for the call right there, but it was great defense.
And Gasset Ruiz with some nice defense right there. Asher Gardner goes up, and that's going to be a travel. He left his feet. I thought it was going to be a foul called, but it's actually travel on Adams.
It looks like Adams left his pivot right at the last second. I think that's what the ref was looking for, but that's what it looks like. It looks like, you know, Adams may be a little bit frustrated over his play. He thinks he should be playing a little bit better, should be getting a little bit more calls.
But definitely holding his own in this game.
Yes.
As McNamara steps back to Adams, pulls up, not able to cash it in from 20 feet. Here is Callahan.
Yeah, the problem for Emerson is the easy shots aren't going in.
There is Reedy. Finds Adams. Callahan from mid-range, not able to sink the shot as Gasset Ruiz gets the rebound. He's coming in hard. Beyond the arc, gets a screen. Gasset Ruiz from mid-range, off by a lot with the hand in his face. But Rico gets the rebound. Here's Gasset Ruiz, guarded by Adams. Here's a bit of a mismatch. Inside, Scott and Asher Gardner not able to finish, not able to use that size.
Yeah, it looks like Asher was definitely looking for a foul right there.
Here's Callahan to Mullen. And that's going to be a timeout called by WPI.
I think this is a great timeout possession right here because both teams need it. Both teams have been playing super sloppy. This is a great time just to, you know, heal up, refresh.
Yeah, I'd love to be inside, be a fly on the wall in the conversation with Curly and the team.
Yeah, he's definitely, you know, telling his team to take better shots. They're not taking the best shots right now. You know, really contested layups. They're looking for the foul. They're not trying to get an open shot. They're trying to get to the foul line, which is obviously good. But they need to, you know, take open shots.
And it's difficult when you're so outsized as a team when the other team's going to get... WPI is not out shooting Emerson by that much. It's just the fact that they get so many more opportunities because of those rebounds.
Yeah, the biggest thing is the rebounds. You know, it's gotten closer. It's 32 to 21 right now.
I mean, that's not going to do it for Emerson.
That's not going to do it, you know. And second chance points is another thing. You know, with those rebounds, they're getting a lot of second chance opportunities. You know, WPI has 9 offensive rebounds right now. So Emerson needs to lock in. If I was Coach Curley, I would tell them we need to get open shots and we need to defend without fouling. We've been defending without fouling, but we need to continue and we need to get the rebound. We need we need everyone getting to the crashing the boards because we don't have the size, obviously, but we need to get those rebounds. This game is not out of reach.
As Sevilla and Robin will check in for the respective teams. Looks like Newman checks out of the game, so let's see. Oh, well, actually, Gasset Ruiz also checks out of the game. So here's John Adams double team, and a travel called on Adams again. Good double team there by Emerson to force the turnover.
Yeah, and it looked like Adams screamed something I cannot say. He's getting very frustrated right now.
Yeah, no technical foul, so it seems like the ref didn't hear it.
Yeah.
Here's Armand guarded by Reedy. Number 3 against number 3. Here is Asher Gardner on John Adams. Pulls up a Rico. No foul called to his dismay, and that's going to be a rebound by WPI. Here comes WPI. Sevilla. Inside to Lawson. Find Mullen. Adams inside. Guarded by Gardner. And that's going to be blocked by Gardner. Really nice play there by the big man.
Yeah, Gardner is living in his head right now. I'm not going to lie. He's very much destroying this matchup right now.
Giving John Adams a very difficult time. Here is Lucas Brenner. Finds Robin on the wing. Here's Robin. Guarded tightly here. Back to Armand.
Another great WPI possession.
Gets the screen from Gardner. Armand looking for options. Into Asher Gardner. Not able to finish over John Adams. These two guys are equaling each other out on the defensive end.
Yes. Both teams playing great defense.
Here's John Adams. He's got his man, Jared Lawson. Here's Reedy. Guarded by Rico. Gets an elbow in his face, and there's no foul called.
Interesting. We saw that from here.
And here's Sevilla going inside and blocked, but a foul called.
I think he got all ball. I don't know. What do you think, Rico?
That looked like ball to me. I can't tell if there were two players, Gardner and Robin there. Gardner getting called with the foul. I think Robin was the one who got the hand on the ball, so maybe some contact there from Gardner. But Robin with a nice job getting his hand on the ball. Sevilla hits his first shot. Donovan Sevilla, great player on this team, shooting 64% from the line on the season. From San Ramon, California.
Yeah, he's a great player. He's doing all the right things today.
And he will miss his second as WPI leads by 16 with 9 minutes left in this game. Here is Brenner driving in, finds Gardner. Here's Robin. Guarded by Mullen. From 3 is Brenner. And no good, but Gardner with the board. Back to Brenner. Brenner drives in to Gardner, puts it up with the left hand and in over Adams.
Yeah, it's a great layup right there. Being able to just finesse his way for a layup.
As there's no foul called on a lot of contact there by Armand.
Yeah, they're letting a lot of things go right now.
Here is Callahan. Adams was open for a moment. Here's Reedy from deep. No good, and rebounded. Good job getting up there by Armand. Here he comes, and there is Asher Gardner. Good feed by Armand on the fast break.
That's good. Getting the as we said, getting the rebound leading out to fast break opportunities.
Here's Sevilla with the tight defense from Rico. Here's Mullen. Callahan, Armand lost him for a second, but he's back. Here's Sevilla. He's open, inside to Adams, guarded by Gardner, falls to the floor. That's going to be an easy finish for Adams, and one through the contact of Shea Robin.
Yeah, it looked like he stepped on his ankle. Asher, not much you can do after that. You know, it's going to be a very easy opportunity for Adams after.
And a big check-in here for WPI's J.R. Newman, who's been putting the clamps on all game.
Yeah, defensive stopper, he is.
As well as his counterpart, Guillermo Gasset Ruiz, checking in for Lucas Brenner.
And just as a lot of momentum was starting to swing to Emerson's way, the and one just completely shuts it all out.
And he makes the free throw, which has not been the case this night.
First one of the game.
And he will check out of the game. That is John Adams. So an opportunity for Emerson to make up some lost track. Here's McNamara, guarded by Sevilla. Gardner. Rico on the beyond the arc. Here's Rico. To Armand. 6 seconds left on the shot clock. Armand falls to the floor, and that's going to be a foul called on WPI. That was Reedy who picks up the foul.
Yes, that was a very insane reach. I'm not going to lie. And the WPI bench is complaining, but I very much agree with the call. When someone on offense falls on the floor, you don't think that's a no call.
Here is McNamara. Good defense here all game by WPI. Shutting down McNamara. He's got the ball. Puts it up from mid-range and short by a lot. Another great contest.
Tough shot right there.
Here is Newman. Back. Inside. And missed the wide open layup. That was Brett Morelli. Here comes Gasset Ruiz. Spins. Loses his handle. And that's going to be a turnover for Gasset Ruiz. Sloppy handle right there. Yep. Here is Callahan. Morelli. Switches on. Here's Morelli passing it to Callahan. Pulls up from mid-range and not able to sink it. There's Armand with the nice rebound. Here comes Armand. Finds McNamara. Inside to Gardner. Guarded by Newman and loses the ball.
Yeah, Newman is a great defender. Great defender. He makes all the correct stoppages in place. And we're going to see the foul. Yeah. As many people say, they don't think, I think this is a foul. He literally comes down with it and slaps him. If you see, in my opinion, I think that's a foul.
Yeah, a lot of contact right there. Here it's Sevilla passing it to Morelli. And he tried to shoot it, but loses his handle on the ball. And Sevilla keeps the ball. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. And that's going to be an and one. Really nice finish there by Brett Morelli.
Yeah, that looked too easy. Honestly, just used his height and his advantage. And he has a lot of length, so he was able to just lay that up super easily.
Yeah, Brett Morelli coming off the bench, but another big man for this WPI team. They have a lot of them. A lot of players on this roster and a lot of height.
Yeah, they probably have the most height I've seen from a NEWMAC team in a while.
And that's going to be a timeout called by Emerson, full timeout.
Yeah, down a lot right now. It's not looking good for Emerson.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for them to get back with 6 minutes left. They're down by 17. If I'm WPI, I'm probably resting a lot of my players right now, trying not to get an injury coming up on this playoff season.
Yeah, I agree. I think, I don't know if they're in the sweet spot yet, but it's going to take a lot for Emerson to come back. It's,
Some more three-point shooting, something we haven't really seen them do much tonight. I'd like to see Gasset Ruiz get involved. I've been saying it. He's a great three-point shooter. And to couple that, they're a good three-point shooting team. Trevor Rico, 31%. McNamara, 36%. They just haven't been doing it.
Yeah, they haven't been doing it, and like they went. Honestly, I don't think they've only made like 2 threes, and there are 2 from Armand, and I think there's like 2 in the first quarter. We really haven't seen them shoot the ball a lot.
Yeah, not in their game plan tonight, as they break the huddle, and we'll see what they draw up. It will be WPI possession. Or actually, Emerson possession. Oh, no, sorry. Free throws for WPI. It is Brett Morelli at the line. A poor free throw shooter, shooting only 47% from the mark.
And another huge thing for Emerson is that they're not shooting particularly well from the field goal percentage standpoint. They're only shooting 30%.
And that is going to be missed. But good effort there by Newman. But Emerson gains possession.
Yeah, they're only shooting 30%. Usually you see NEWMAC, a lot of NEWMAC teams shoot in the 40s from the field.
Yeah. Armand guarded by Reedy. It's been the matchup all night. McNamara guarded by Sevilla. Great defender. Out to the corner. There's Gasset Ruiz. Guarded by Newman. Gasset Ruiz. And blocked, but that's going to be a foul call on Newman. Looked like he got the ball, but no call. But there is the call.
Yeah, definitely a hard play right there, you know.
And WPI's coach just urging J.R. Newman. He literally just said, please stop. So he just wants no fouls late in this game. And Gasset Ruiz makes 1 of 1 from the line as Shea Robin checks in.
Yeah, WPI coach is furious. And it does look like it's all ball on the replay.
And that's going to be a missed, but Emerson possession, as that's going to be out of bounds. And John Adams checks back into the game.
Yeah, you got to get a rebound off the free throw. Like, that's like basketball 101.
Adams checking in for Marinos. And that's going to be passing to Gasset Ruiz, guarded by Newman with that stellar defense. Defense is good everywhere for this WPI squad. Here's Robin. Guarded, mismatch here. Guarded by Adams. Got past him. And lost his handle on the ball. And that's going to be another turnover for Robin.
Yeah, it's not looking good for Emerson right here.
And Robin will check out after that turnover for Zurich.
Yeah, Emerson's going into a full court press. You know, they need to create turnovers and create some stops fast.
Here's Callahan, guarded by Armand in the backcourt. Little bit of contact. Passing it to Adams, and that's going to be a tough hit there as Callahan finishes.
Yeah, it was a huge play.
Here comes Armand leading the squad. Finds Brenner, back to Armand. Thought about it. And that's going to be a screen from Zurich. Here comes Brenner. Out is Armand. Armand guarded very tightly by Reedy. Here's Armand driving in. Takes the mid-range and drills it.
That's a tough bucket right there.
Yeah, really nice mid-range shot there by Jacob Armand. Tight defense here. There's Callahan. Finds Adams, guarded by Zurich. Mismatch a bit. And a foul on Caden Zurich. That's going to be 2 shots.
Yeah, you know, I respect Zurich.
Yeah, good job holding his own there against the
Being
senior.
able to hold his own, you know.
Not
a lot
shying
of
away from,
it was a lot of contact right there, you know.
yeah, showing some toughness and grit. Adams heads to the line again.
Lions coach having a conversation with the ref, asking what is allowed and not allowed. Pretty late in the game to be asking that, but
As Adams raises his point total on the night to 17 points, leading the game. Here's Gasset Ruiz, guarded by Newman. Passing it to Armand. Good screen there by Zurich. And a foul off the ball on Zurich. Not on Zurich, but the foul, but Zurich was fouled. Reedy with the foul. As McNamara passes it to Zurich. Here's Armand. Emerson trailing. Armand, and will head to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, 2 fouls on number 3 in quick succession. Can't defend without, needs to defend without fouling.
And for Brendan McNamara, it's been a really quiet night. 2 points for the leading scorer on this team, averaging 13, almost 14 points per game. Pardon me, he's the second leading scorer, but still very quiet night for him.
Yeah, it's been, you know, it's been a lot of quiet nights for a lot of people on this Emerson team tonight.
And it's, you really can't point at one player. It's been all of WPI's defense. Every time an Emerson player has the ball, there's a WPI defender within 1 inch of them.
Yeah, they're this record for a reason. They're the best team in NEWMAC for a reason.
As here is Adams. And Callahan gets the ball. Passes it out to Reedy. Fakes the 3, gets him to jump, and that's going to be a out of bounds on Reedy.
You know, back to the fact, yeah, a lot of poor shooting tonight is the least I could say. You know, our best shooter is probably Asher Gardner, who's shooting 50%, and everyone after that is shooting below 40.
As Armand loses the ball, as he tried to get it to Zurich, here comes WPI, Sevilla, and finishes at the rim.
Yeah, that was a beautiful Euro step. He was able to just cradle the ball over the defender.
Yeah, really pretty, not letting the fast break get the best of him. Here's McNamara from the mid-range and sinks it on cue.
On cue. That's a big bucket right there, but might be a little bit too late.
Yeah, too little too late here from Emerson, as they still don't have 40 points and we have 3 minutes left in this game.
Let's go, JR!
Here is Callahan being guarded very well by Brenner behind the backcourt. Almost got an 8-second violation, but no call. Here is John Adams guarded by Caden Zurich. Good defense there by Zurich. There's a switch. Adams has the ball. 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Puts it up and able to hook it over Caden Zurich.
I thought that was a travel.
They actually called
Okay,
the travel.
yep.
Good job there. You could be a ref yourself, Godfrey.
Oh, I think I would, you know, I'm not going to say anything too crazy because I don't want to get in trouble, but I think I could do a pretty good job. Maybe better than, you know, some people on the court.
Oh.
But no shots.
All right, let's keep it at that, Godfrey. Let's not get you in trouble. As coming in for Emerson is Alan Lee for the first time in this game. And Declan Bretz.
Yeah, it looks like Emerson.
Along with Sam and Du. Putting a lot of the players who don't get a lot of time in the game right now.
Yes, a lot of the reserves are in. It's just Emerson showing the white flag for today.
There's Bretz out to Robin from deep and short by quite a bit, as Ndu gets the rebound. Ndu back down Newman, but finds Lee. And Lee not able to finish, but does draw the foul.
Yeah, beautiful spin move right there.
Nathan Bledsoe will be called for the foul. And that's probably what we see from John Adams in this game.
Yep. Yeah, not the best shooting game from Emerson tonight.
Alan Lee will shoot 2. A graduate student actually coming from China. He went to South China University of Technology.
Regular, Justin Screen.
And makes 2 shots. As Emerson trails 41 to WPI's 58 with 2 minutes and 20 seconds left in this game. Here is J.R. Newman handling the ball. Good defense there by Lee and Zurich. There's Mullen. Out to Reedy. Reedy inside, and that's going to be stolen by Bretz. Here comes Bretz with the ball.
That was a hard hit.
There's Robin, guarded by Newman. Some hard defense there by Newman. Here's Lee. Inside to Zurich, he's open, and he gets the rebound for 2 points in his first points of the game. Never mind, he was called for a travel on that play.
No, I think it was the points. Just getting switched. Yep.
Oh. Excuse me, those were points, not a travel. In comes JT Velking for WPI and Ryan Gentilucci.
Yes, new starting 5 for both teams. A lot of the reserves.
Here is Adam Patterson as Lee gets the rebound. Lee with a nice move. Not able to get past the defender though. Out to Robin. Robin with the ball. Surveys. And there is Declan Bretz. Looking for options. Bretz. And a defensive foul called on WPI.
See, this is a good part of the game. You know, you get to see players that don't play very much.
Maybe some future contributors for the team.
Exactly. You know, these are the most important minutes because you don't know. You could see a future great player come out of these minutes. You know, a player that isn't playing much right now, but he's going to show coach something, you know.
As Declan Brett sinks his first, the senior out of Carmel Valley, California. One of the shorter players on this team, standing at 5'9" and not able to make the second shot. As we wind down to 1 minute left in this game between Emerson and WPI. Emerson trailing by 14 points. Good handle there. Driving in. Finds his man. 8 seconds left on the shot clock for WPI as they survey the court, find the man on the wing, go for three, and that's going to be good. The dagger for WPI.
Yep, that's the good night shot.
As Adam Patterson able to sink that shot. Blake Bailey checking in for Emerson, the freshman as well. I look to him as one of those players who could be very good in the future.
I think so too. He looks like he has a lot of length and a lot of energy that could be used. Still a freshman right now, of course, so his time will come.
As that is a travel for WPI.
But glad to see both these teams playing hard right to the very end.
Yeah, good hustle from these players. Trying to prove something to their coaches maybe. As Brett drives in and gets blocked. And WPI with the rebound, coming in hard. Here is WPI. Here's McClellan. 7 seconds left in the game, and they will dribble this one out as Emerson falls to WPI 44-61 on the second half of this doubleheader on Mental Health Matters Day.
Yep, another great game. You know, more important night of course. You know, Mental Health Matters night. But it's great to see both these teams, all four teams tonight that played, you know, have great competitive games all the way to the end.
And I think the real separator in this game was WPI's intense defense, relentless defense at all moments in this game. They were, every time that an Emerson player had the ball, there was a WPI defender on them within a second.
Yeah, I'm going to attribute it most to Newman. Newman really set everything on the defensive end, you know? Really, that mentality of Clamps, that Clamps mentality, he really had it.
I think he really shut down Gasset Ruiz tonight. Gasset Ruiz having one of his worst performances of the season, not to his fault. Had 3 points due to that amazing defense. Shot 1 for 4, only shooting 4 shots, which we see more from him usually than that.
Yeah, usually we see someone that's taking, 10 plus shots, but Newman had a great defensive game. Another player that played really well was the star player Adams, who had a double-double himself. 19 points, 11 rebounds. Showed he was the best player on the floor.
For sure. WPI heads to 17 and 18 and 3 on the season, 11 and 1 in conference, running away with that first place lead. Emerson falling to 9 and 11 and 5 and 6 in the conference. Not what they wanted, as they were on a really nice win streak of 4 games.
Obviously not what they wanted, but it's important that they show, next game they're gonna come out stronger and show everything,
And we'd like to shout out our next stream, which will be on Saturday, February the 3rd at 1 p.m. between women's basketball and Mount Holyoke. Should be a good matchup as the women's team tries to surge into the playoffs. They had a tough loss today against MIT. And another tough loss for the Emerson men's team as well. Both of these teams playing against top teams. Both of these teams have the mascot of the Engineer, which is funny enough. Rough day for Emerson sports, good day for mental health, and that's all you can really say. And on Instagram, we urge you to follow. You have a chance to become the 1,000th follower on Instagram. We are 13 followers away currently. Please go to Instagram, follow Emerson Channel Sports. You will not regret it. Great behind-the-scenes content looks at every game and an opportunity to sign up if you want to get involved with us.
Exactly. A lot of, one of the better orgs in all of Emerson. You get to see everything.
I'd say the best.
It's up for debate. There's plenty of amazing orgs at Emerson College,
I'm just playing around.
You get to see everything, it's it's something everyone wants to be. If you love sports, if you love pretty much anything, it doesn't have to be sports, originally, but pretty much if you want to see everything behind the scenes, Emerson Channel Sports on Instagram is your place to be at.
Yeah, back to the game between the two teams. Emerson only with one player who scored in double digits, and that was actually Jacob Armont, who had a really nice contribution off of the bench.
Yeah, I said he's he's a great player off the bench. He did what he needed to do. It was a hard night for everybody. It's not really too much I want to say compliments, but he was one of the bright spots on the team.
Yeah, with those
he was someone that was able to, do everything that he could do.
Yeah, with those 2 clutch 3-pointers in this game, Emerson not really able to capitalize off of that opportunity, but a good look for him and looking to see him get more involved as the season goes on.
Yeah, definitely a player that I could see in the future moving into the starting spot.
Yeah. For WPI, as we said, it was Adams all night. He had 19 points, shooting 57% from the floor, just unstoppable. Asher Gardner did a very good job shutting him down, but not able to completely neutralize him.
Yeah, the most important thing was the minutes after Asher went off the court. You know what I mean? After he went off the court, it was very hard for Emerson to contend.
And that will do it for us. I've been Rico Brill.
I'm Godfrey Sympre. Thank you for being with us.
And we will send it to Evan, who has an exclusive interview with member of the girls' soccer and basketball team, Ava Salty.
Oh.
All right.
Oh.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Evan Sharrard. You might have seen me at halftime with Dr. Charles Steinberg. Now I'm joined by Ava Salty, member of the women's soccer and basketball team here. And the reason that all of this is happening, Ava, welcome in.
Thank you very much for having me.
And just, I mean, what does this mean to you that this is now the second year that we've had this event?
Yeah.
What is it all about?
Basically, like, we wanted to place meaning onto sports. Obviously, we love playing, and this was a chance to do something impactful. And I think the mental health cause and ending the stigma is really universal, and especially in the sports field. So everybody bought in, and they wanted to have it again. So, yeah, raising money and just raising awareness. Yeah.
Yeah. So what was the notion that made you go, we have to do this?
Honestly, there was a girl on the women's soccer team at Stanford that took her own life in the spring of 2022, and I was just really moved by that because she was a Division I star, starting goalie, and you never know what someone's going through. So I thought, God forbid one of my teammates was struggling, one of the athletes here is struggling, this can help. So
Yeah.
that's all what it's about. So
I have to compliment your bravery and initiative for stepping up and doing that, because I think you've made incredible change just having this doubleheader be a thing, all because you had that thought and the ability to go forward and do something about it. It's just awesome.
Yeah.
So if you had one message, one thing that you could say, if the whole world heard you, what would you want them to hear?
Okay, I'm a big quotes girl, so I have a lot of mantras. I would say that something's only worth it if you love it. So this is worth it for me because I love it, and sports and basketball and just doing things with purpose. So it's worth it, and yeah.
Is there anything else you want to add?
Well, none of this would have happened without Doc Wayne and without everyone here at Emerson with the athletics program. So it was just a big team effort, and it's just very special. So I'm grateful that we were able to make it happen, and yeah. Awesome.
Well, thank you so much, everyone, for joining me, Ava, Rico, Godfrey, Max Levy earlier. I'm Evan Sharrard. This is Ava Salty. My goodness. Thank you so much for watching. Tune in next time on Emerson Channel Sports. Mental health matters. Remember to talk about it. It's important. If you haven't started, start today. Trust me, it'll help. Thank you so much for joining.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
So long.